from grassfedgirl.com, and today we're going to be talking about reintroductions on the carnivore diet. So a little bit about me. I have been on the carnivore diet for nearly 2 years. October 1st, 2020 will be my 2-year carniversary, so I will make another video then. But if reintroductions sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned. So I'm coming at you today. I'm 32 weeks pregnant. So that kind of is my first point. What is your why for reintroducing? So since I've been pregnant, I've had a lot of cravings. I've had some weird, nausea. At first, I did have a red meat aversion. I had a lot of sugar cravings. So kind of my why would be to see if I could expand my diet. But I really didn't want to because I've been feeling so good ever since I did the carnivore diet. But it was more just out of need or just emotional eating or something like that. So the first entire year that I did carnivore, I didn't stray at all. I mean, I was very strict, and it wasn't hard for me because I loved it and everything. So, and I'm not saying I'm off of it now, but I'm just saying I have more experience with reintroductions. So a big reason you might want to reintroduce foods is for an emotional reason. Like if you're feeling very depressed over your diet, very bored, or you feel like you're not able to eat with others or something like that, which I don't think any of that is a real thing, but you have to follow your instinct and your intuition about what's best for you. And some of it's just, we like to experiment. We like to try things. So we want to try that and see what happens. So I have a ton more experience with that topic than I used to because I have tried a lot of things while I was pregnant that did not go well. So I'll go through some of them now. So some of the things I've tried since I've been pregnant are fruit. One of the things that happened to me with that was I had canker sores come up all over the top of my mouth. Like the whole roof of my mouth became sore within just a few days. So fruit really, maybe there's a tipping point, but fruit is just bad news if you ask me. And I even got like more skin tags. I mean, immediately the signs of insulin resistance just became huge. And I don't know if I have oral mouth allergy, something like that. It was just crazy that summer fruits really just affected me so quickly. So I've definitely given up the fruits. I think I could eat a few berries here and there, but the problem is whenever I eat sugar, there's really no breaks. I just keep going and going. So fruit to me is just another form of sugar, and I just can't handle it. So I always have good intentions. I try to eat like a cup, half a cup, and it's just like, I just end up eating way too much. So fruit for me is really a no-go. Maybe I can handle a little bit of berries, but the problem there is stopping. So then when I can't stop, then I overeat the fruit. And then, like I said, I got sore gums, mouth, bleeding mouth, everything in just a few days. So okay, another thing I've tried is dairy. Dairy makes me very congested, especially since I've been pregnant. My throat will kind of constrict a little bit and I will start coughing a lot. I have a lot of congestion, a lot of phlegm and mucus, and it's gross. So especially cow dairy. I have experimented with goat dairy and also raw milk, and it does seem to be a little bit better with those. So I can get away with a little bit of that and goat milk more than the raw milk, but I have eaten that too because I think it has a lot of benefits during when you're growing baby and stuff. So definitely get the best quality you can and try to experiment with that and see if there's a difference between conventional, but there's really, again, there's an addictive quality to cow dairy and it can be hard to stop eating that. So keep that in mind. And you always want to keep like a journal, write down some things that happen. So you don't want to introduce things too quickly. So maybe one new food a week, and then make make notes. You know, did you get a rash? Did you get a stomach ache? Did you get a nose running? Did you get those kinds of things? Did you have gastrointestinal issues? Those are all things that can be related to the new food that you introduced. Were you tired? So make a note of that, and that will help you with your reintroductions. About reintroductions is that you never want to do it before you've done carnivore for at least, I'd say, 6 to 8 weeks. And why would you want to reintroduce? The whole point of carnivore is an elimination diet to heal your gut, to be as healthy as you can be, to build muscle, to make your skin better. Whatever your reason was to start, I would give it a really long time to experience all those benefits, because if you don't, then you're quitting too soon, and you're not going to see all the reasons why people rave about carnivore. It really takes a long time for your body to adjust to this way of eating, and if you reintroduce foods too soon, you are just cutting yourself short. So if you are reintroducing foods, what I would say is stick with more of the easily digestible foods. So I would definitely stay away from gluten, wheat, anything like that, almonds. Those things are just going to give you a huge reaction. So they're going to give you a big tummy ache, probably rash. I mean, you know, if you're celiac, then you would already know that, and you would definitely not want to have something like wheat or gluten. But I think we should always follow an ancestral template for our diet, no matter what. So going back to eating pizza and all of those things just doesn't seem like an option to me. I don't think you're ever going to achieve health eating those things. Vegetable oils, all that kind of stuff, sugar. You're never going to be healthy. So I don't think of those as reintroductions. What I think of as a reintroduction would be as a berry, a fruit, an olive, an avocado, you know, kind of keto friendly foods. That's why I say almonds. So a lot of people want to reintroduce treats, and those things are going to be, especially if they have a large percentage of nuts, they are going to be very hurtful. They are going to hurt, literally and figuratively, and they are going to cause pain. So I would definitely avoid a lot of nuts. Things that I have successfully reintroduced in a small way would be like some tomato, a little bit of tomato sauce, tomato paste. Like the other night I made a pizza and I was okay. I put a tiny bit of tomato paste. I've made like a Chipotle type bowl thing at home with a little bit of salsa or a little bit of guacamole or a little bit of avocado, and it was okay. One other thing I wanted to mention was chocolate. I have reintroduced some chocolate, very dark chocolate with maybe 85%, 90%, or some with a keto friendly sweetener, and it's gone okay. Just keep it to minimum, maybe like 1 ounce. Don't overdo it with the chocolate, and you know, maybe you could eat that from time to time, but you just have to be real with yourself as far as if you can stop, if you can just eat a little bit, why are you eating it, all of those things. So chocolate doesn't seem to be a big problem for me, but it is an oxalate food, so you have to watch out for things that maybe could happen with that, which could be rashes or joint pain, or you can look up on my video with Sally Norton all about oxalates and read and study more about that. Another thing to think about is nightshades. A lot of people react to nightshades. So, you know, if you react to tomatoes, peppers, those kinds of things, those can be problematic, causing you joint pain. So keep an eye out for that if you try that. And then, you know, I always get it right here in my elbow. This is my autoimmune elbow. It started when I first got sick. This is where it started, right here. So that's kind of your barometer there. Then also histamines. I'm not expert on histamines. I haven't really had a big problem with them myself, but that I've noticed. But avocado can be a histamine. I think egg whites is a histamine. So you could try yolks only if you were doing meat only. Some people do meat only. I've never done that. I have taken eggs out of my diet completely and substituted duck eggs, and that didn't seem to make any difference for me. So, you know, but if you're doing an egg thing, then you could do egg yolks only, do duck eggs only. You kind of step down from that. So that's an idea. But things that are just, I mean, you kind of get a sense, like I would stay away from seeds. Like somebody was asking me about chia seeds. I mean, those things, you've got to remember the plant kingdom protects those seeds at all costs to try to get them into the ground, to get them to become a plant. So we just don't have the machinery to break those down, and I would stay away from all seeds and nuts and things like that. So, and I consider a grain a seed. So definitely no grains or anything like that, but kind of like if you want to try things maybe in the paleo primal spectrum of foods, those might be the things that I would try. Definitely for me, I can tolerate a small amount of dairy, like I said before, or goat dairy or raw dairy. But you know, you have to learn for yourself, try those things and see if you can add some of those things back. But I would say olives, tomatoes, things that are more like on the condiment, and I eat a little bit of mustard sometimes. You know, that's going to have some turmeric, that's going to have maybe paprika, some spices. You know, spices too, that's another thing. Same thing, nightshades are going to be more problematic. And there's another thing of oxalates. See, plants have so many compounds that they don't really want, that cause problems in humans, and they want to kill us, I think. So oxalates, again, I'm not an expert on oxalates, but I do know I used to eat a lot more spinach and stuff like that, and I would never eat that now. So to me, spinach is just like a waste of a food. If you're going to eat a lettuce, I will tell you, I've tried romaine lettuce in just in a small amount, like putting it around tuna salad or something, like chicken salad. And that night I got terrible leg cramps. So keep an eye out for that. I've talked to a lot of people that get leg cramps when they try to reintroduce certain vegetables. So even to me, romaine would not be a big problem in my mind, but it causes me a lot of problems, wakes me up in the night with like stabbing pains in my calves. So to me, a little bit of romaine is not worth it. So anyway, yeah, there's some people you can follow. I mean, Paul Saladino talks about this kind of stuff a lot, and he recommends honey, I think, as a kind of a gray area food. I know he thinks fruits. Some fruits are okay as far as a reintroduction type food. Health Coach Kate has a lot of videos and stuff and information on her Instagram about different foods that are probably easier to digest. But just remember, keep it in kind of a keto paleo template if you're going to introduce foods, and then go very slowly. Just wait like a week and, you know, write down how you're feeling, what you have, you know, if you're running to the bathroom, if you have a rash, if you have a breakout on your face. I know dairy is going to give a lot of people a breakout on their face. You know, I went to holistic nutrition school about 10 years ago, and you know, an elimination diet is the basis of holistic health. And so that's what the carnivore diet does in an extreme way, and it can shed light on so many things going on in your body, and it can heal you very quickly, but you have to give it a chance and don't reintroduce things too soon. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about reintroductions or reintroducing foods, just leave them down below and I will answer your questions. I really appreciate you watching. I am 32 weeks pregnant, so I will keep you up to date on that. Probably going to have a baby soon. Next few weeks, you'll see what happens. Who knows? So maybe next time I do a video, I'll have a baby. That's crazy. But anyway, so keep your reintroductions to a minimum and go slow. Please subscribe, like this channel, share. It really helps me out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Make sure and get my ebook. It has 26 recipes, 2 meal plans, shopping lists. It's a must-have guide to getting started.